The storytelling style is interesting, like a person telling the story. Adolf Hitler was born on April 20th, 1889, in Braunau am Inn, on the border between Austria and Germany. He was the son of Alois Hitler, formerly Schicklgruber before changing his name, and his third wife, Clara Polsel. His family had a rural background. His father was strict and abusive, often harshly disciplining his children, while his mother was gentle and caring. Some historians believe this complex relationship with his parents laid the foundation for Hitler's later eccentric and stubborn personality. His childhood was full of conflict. He was not a good student, particularly in subjects requiring order and discipline. However, he developed a passion for art, drawing, and architecture. His ultimate dream was to attend the Vienna Academy of Fine Arts, but he was rejected twice, in 1907 and 1908, due to his unrecognizable work, particularly his lack of skill in portraiture. This led to a downturn in his life. Living in poverty in Vienna, he wandered in poorhouses and earned a living by drawing postcards and selling pictures of buildings. During this time, he immersed himself in extreme nationalism, developed anti-Semitic attitudes, and developed a deep resentment of the Austro-Hungarian Empire's political system. When World War I broke out in 1914, Hitler enlisted in the German army and earned the rank of messenger. He took great pride in his service and was awarded 2 Iron Crosses. However, Germany's defeat in 1918 left him and millions of other soldiers in a state of disillusionment and betrayal by the post-war civilian government. In 1919, Hitler joined the German Workers' Party, the DAP, a small nationalist party, later renamed the National Socialist German Workers' Party, the Nazi Party. A gifted orator, Hitler captivated audiences with his evocative rhetoric, intertwined with propaganda blaming Jews and communists for the country's downfall. Within a few years, he rose to become its full-fledged leader. Germany's political and economic situation in the 1920s and 1930s further benefited him. The economic downturn following the Treaty of Versailles and the collapse of the Great Depression led many citizens to seek new hope. Hitler's party used propaganda, mass rallies, and powerful symbols such as the swastika to evoke the great nation ideology. In 1933, when the Nazi Party gained a majority in the Reichstag, President Paul von Hindenburg reluctantly appointed Hitler as chancellor. The Reichstag fire was used as a pretext for a purge of communists and the enactment of emergency laws, abolishing basic civil rights. Shortly after, the Night of the Long Knives of 1934, Hitler ordered the elimination of many SA leaders and political opponents, including former Chancellor Gustav Schleicher. After Hindenburg's death, Hitler combined the positions of president and chancellor, becoming the Führer, or supreme leader. His core policies included economic revitalization, job creation through infrastructure projects such as the Autobahn, and military reinforcements that violated the Treaty of Versailles. Hitler also perpetuated racial ideology, extolling the Aryan race and establishing a systematic anti-Semitic policy. The invasion of Poland on September 1, 1939, sparked World War II. Blitzkrieg tactics led Germany to rapidly conquer much of Europe, but the war spread far beyond his expectations. During the war, the Nazis implemented the final solution, which resulted in the genocide of over 6 million Jews in concentration camps, such as Auschwitz, including those deemed enemies of the state, such as gypsies, the disabled, and numerous political opponents. In his personal life, Hitler was noted for his later vegetarianism, using his simple image to bolster his public image. He had a close relationship with his niece, Geli Raubal, whose death in 1931 was ruled a suicide. However, many suspected Hitler's involvement. Finally, as the war began to reverse course after 1943, particularly after the defeat at Stalingrad, Hitler lost confidence and resorted to stubborn, irrational decisions. The war lasted until April 45, when Soviet troops advanced into Berlin. Hitler chose to end his life in an underground bunker on April 30th, 1945. The story of Adolf Hitler is an important example of human history. He used democracy to overthrow democracy itself, using propaganda and fear to control the masses, and creating a totalitarian empire founded on hatred and racism. The result was enormous loss of life and civilization, demonstrating that unchecked and uncontrolled power can truly lead society to disaster. His history is not only a story of dictatorship, but also a lesson the world must remember to prevent repeating the same mistakes.